Hello, my name is David Young. I'm here at the Clayton, North Carolina Caterpillar Visitor Center, and I want to talk to you about two types of backhoe loaders we have. One is the center pivot version and one is the side shift version. So to start out, we'll go up to the back end of both of these machines and I'll just point out at a high level some of the differences. This is what we're all familiar with in North America. This is the center pivot style backhoe. The entire hose system pins to the rear hitch right on the center line of the machine. And this is standard issue for North and South America. It's what you see 95% of the time. However, the rest of the world, Europe, Africa, Middle East, India, this setup is common. This is the side shift, okay? Some of the same components as the center pivot, swing casting, boom, stick, bucket, but the swing casting, the hose system, pins up to a slide frame instead of to the main frame like on the center pivot. And because of that, it is allowed to shift from side to side anywhere between the two stabilizer posts, which is another detail around the differences between these two configurations. Center pivots have the radial style stab leg, okay? Side shifts have vertical stab legs. And you can shift the entire hose system from stab post to stab post from inside the cab with a single switch operation. So now what I want to do is demonstrate some of the advantages of the side shift back end for you guys. So I'm going to have our expert operators crank up and let's deploy those stab legs, please. You can clearly see with the center pivot, with its radial type of outrigger or stabilizer leg, you really don't have the ability to tuck up next to a wall or a fence. We're using a porta potty here to demonstrate it for you guys today. So you can clearly see we're several feet off of that. However, on the side shift, with this very small footprint, the stabilizer pads deploy right behind the rear wheels, we can tuck that machine very close to fences, buildings, whatever, and be able to work. Also, because the hoe will shift to one side, it will allow you to dig right up next to any of those type of obstacles. So clear advantage with the side shift setup. Side to side, you can see the gap from the porta potty to the machine. Center pivot to side shift, huge difference, big advantage there. Another advantage with this setup is visibility. So if we step right behind this center pivot machine, because the hose system is pinned on the center line of the machine, you really can't see the operator. And that's not unusual. Any operator that runs a backhoe is always looking around the boom, right? Because the boom's in the middle of the machine and the operator's seat's in the middle of the machine. So always having to do that. That's just part of running the center pivot. However, on a side shift, with the ability to offset the hoe to one side or the other, I can clearly see that operator. So that operator has better visibility down to where he or she is working in the dirt. And again, it can be positioned anywhere along this slide frame, these slide rails, all the way to machine left like it is, or all the way over to machine right. Okay? A third advantage is roading. So, municipalities, governmental space, the machine's doing a lot of roading, the side shift has a big advantage, and I want to show you. Let's get the machines pulled up, please. You'll see as our expert operator is putting that side shift into roading position, the entire hoe is racked over to machine left. The boom and stick or bucket are fully curled up, and he's got it positioned 180 degrees right behind the cab, and that's normal, and that dimensionally fits between the stab posts on that side shift frame, so nothing is hanging out past the stabilizer posts. So with these machines completely aligned tire to tire, side by side, if you take a true side view, it's obvious the dimensional gain you get with the side shift. Much shorter roading dimension from bucket tip, bucket cutting edge to back bucket compared to the center pivot. Also, because of the mass of the hoe being right behind the cab on the side shift and not hanging further away from the machine like the center pivot, roading balance and roading quality is improved with the side shift setup because of that. So better roading length, better ride quality. Finally, the fourth thing I want to tell you about is more of a real world situation. If you're having to do any type of utility repair, repairing a water main or a pipe in the ground. The side shift machine has the ability to dig on either side of a pipe without having to reposition, which is what our expert operator here is going to demonstrate for us. A lot of times when making these repairs, it does require that the machine has to dig on either side of the pipe to make room for a repair or replacement. If we were in the center pivot machine, the entire machine would have to be repositioned to do this. And I can see with the side shift, the operator can just jockey the hoe, the back end, to the other side, keep the machine planted, keep it up on stabs, and get to the other side of that pipe. Very helpful, especially if you're on a tight situation on a street. Again, the small footprint, I can drop this on a city street, country road. If I have to do some work under the street level, I have the ability to do that without encroaching in the other lane or hitting a tree or a fire hydrant, anything you could encounter. So that's 4 big advantages to the side shift machine that Caterpillar now has introduced for sale in North America. 3 models, our 428, which is what you've seen here today, our 432, and our 434. For any questions or any opportunity for a demo, please contact your local dealer, or for just additional information, please reach out to cat.com. Thank you.